Did you know that one of the most popular pages on anyone's website is their About page? And yet so many people struggle with how to create the content for an About page. So I'm going to show you how, give you tips and tricks to make your About page more effective. Hey there, I'm Katelyn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a place where we love to empower photographers to build both profitable and purposeful businesses while also letting you in on a little bit of the behind the scenes of our everyday life. I am so excited about this topic because websites are the most impactful way that you can show that you are credible, to highlight your portfolio, and to really show what you're all about. However, the About page is a struggle for so many people. For me, my About page has evolved over the years. My About page started with just a headshot back in the day, 13 years ago, but I quickly realized that my About page could be so much more. And so now my About page includes so much more of my life. It includes a timeline of my story. It includes what I'm passionate about, the little things that I love that you may not know if you just glanced at my Instagram account. It shares an all-encompassing view of who Katelyn is as a person, which I think is really important for people who are going to look at my website and say, I want that girl at my wedding. I think this is one of the areas that people don't really love to learn about, but if I give you some tips and some tricks and some advice, it may make the About page a little less daunting. So I'm going to show you some of our students' About pages. I'm going to break down some things that I think are working really well, but also show you some things that I would recommend changing, tweaking, and just overall improving for higher impact and more engagement.
Jennifer, beautiful site. Love it. There's a few things you're going to hear me say on repeat. And I'm going to try to explain why I'm giving certain pieces of advice and why these recommendations actually make an impact. So first of all, I love that you're looking at the camera right here. I love that because if you don't look at the camera in the first picture they see, like if you're laughing, looking down and they cannot see your eyes, we connect to other people through our eyes. I don't know what study shows this, but scientifically, there's some study that shows that eye-to-eye connection is the most genuine and the most real type of connection. You got to see someone's eyes to fully connect with them. And so in a picture on a website, if we're trying to fully connect, we need to be looking at the camera. Not for all pictures of us, but at least for one. And in my opinion, the main picture they see, the first interaction with just you, they're trying to figure out if they like you, if you're going to work well with them. Let them see you, look right towards them. Let them see your eyes. So this is a couple paragraphs about who she is, what she loves about photography, and that is awesome. It is a lot of text. And so what I have found on my website, I have a lot of text on my About page, but what I found is that breaking up the text offers more opportunity for more visual content, and it looks better, it's more pleasing to the eye, and it makes it easier and more enticing for people to actually read. So if I am scrolling through different photographer sites trying to find someone that's a good fit for me, and I see all this text, I don't know if I'm going to read all of it. But I might be more inclined to read all of it if there's, a square picture. You could literally just crop this square picture here of you with a little chunk of text. And then maybe you do this, and then maybe you do another paragraph with another picture of you in a different setting, maybe with your family, maybe doing something you love, maybe just a more up close picture of you. Let's break up some of this text and let's add another image or two of your face, because your face is beautiful and you matter. People need to see who they're investing in, right? I've said this so many times, and I will continue to say it until I retire. I wish photographers realized that they are the selling point, not their images. Their images are great, but so are thousands and thousands of other images from other photographers. So I love this. The yes, please, no thanks. I love it. I think that allowed me to get to know you in a way that this didn't. So that's another reason I think this should go a little bit higher. Let people get to this sooner. So I love it. Let's go on to another site. All right. Love this. Okay. Heather, I love your logo. I love your logo because it's different. And I love it because it clearly states things that are very important to you. I struggled to know after looking at Instagram and after looking at this image here, if this is you. If it is you, congratulations, you look like you are 16 years old. That's amazing. If it's just a really great picture that you took that's super artsy, congratulations, you're a talented photographer. I love it. No matter what, whether it's you or not, we need to see your face. We need to make you relatable. We need to make you engaging so people get a glimpse of you and they're like, oh, I'd love to get to know her, right? Another thing I noticed on this, I'm a creative person. I always have been a dancer, always love expressing myself in movement and words, horribly outgoing. I kind of love that. I know what you're trying to say. And I would say that about myself. Like sometimes I'm too much, but I just love it. Okay, so horribly outgoing. And somehow I find myself in a world of photography. Surprisingly enough, I have a degree in human nutrition, foods, and exercise, specializing in exercise and health promotion from Virginia Tech. Super far from photography and business management, right? Yes. Yes, it is. And then I would, okay, I have so many thoughts. After I read that paragraph, I think you need to go into something like, but I couldn't help myself, right? I couldn't help myself. I love photography. The creative person that I mentioned before just could not find its way out of my life. I had to pursue what I loved. Take something like that and add that in, because what I feel like is happening here is you're basically saying, yeah, I got a degree, has nothing to do with photography, right? And then you go into, but I just love learning. And then you go into, I acquired everything I know without a degree, lots of courses and certificates, so much education, but no degree. And I get what you're trying to say, but I think it can come across as you talking kind of down on yourself. The reason I kind of get that vibe also is because you said you're horribly outgoing. I don't think saying horribly outgoing is bad, but when you couple it with, look, I did all this school and I didn't even get a degree in what I thought I was supposed to do. Like, oh, look, I've learned and learned and learned, but I did all this, but no degree. It's just not the most uplifting way to end an about section. And I could do a whole workshop about writing about sections, but I think what we need to do here is basically end it on a positive note. It's a positive that you don't have a degree. You loved photography so much that you set aside what you spent thousands and thousands of dollars on trying to get a degree. You set that aside in order to pursue your dream. That is awesome, right? I also think it's important. It's all making sense now. I scrolled down and saw your Instagram and I'm like, wow, there's a stark contrast here, all right? We got light and airy, beautiful portraits, and then we got dark, heavy, intense workout competition something. That makes sense when I read this. So there's a lot going on here that I'm trying to wrap my mind around. But the first thought I had is we got to share positively about your shift to photography. We also got to share about the other parts of your life that you're sharing so clearly on Instagram. So if your Instagram is going to look like this night and day, back and forth, not consistent, but it's purposefully not consistent, that needs to be represented in your about page. So let's have a photo of you looking at the camera. Let's talk positively about your love for creativity. You just had to pursue it, even though you have you specialize in health and exercise from Virginia Tech. Let's say nothing about not having a degree. I don't think that matters. And to me, I think it's impressive. Like, yeah, I learned all this on my own. But the everyday Joe that doesn't understand that it's cool that you learn this on your own, they don't need to know that you don't have a photography degree. Let's just focus on letting them get to know you and your passions. Start with a picture of you, explain this, but then go into a whole section about your exercise and your health passion, right? Let them get to know that part of you. Why? Because that's important. There's a lot of people that love learning how they can be better physically. There's a lot of people that respect that and love that. And that is who you are. And you are willingly sharing that on Instagram. So let's let your about page explain everything, right? I think that is a disconnect that I had. Like I scrolled here, I'm like, wait, what the heck is this? Did she photograph something? Like, what are those? Say, oh, there's more. Like, wait, what is all the health gym, like intense stuff? I don't get it. But if it was on your about page and there was a whole section, it would have instantly resonated with me. All right. So I am very passionate about this, if you can't tell. And the reason I'm passionate about this, Heather, is because you're already getting to a place where you're letting people into your life. We just need to organize it so it makes sense when people are trying to figure out who you are. Okay. I love this. I could talk about this all the time. All right. Perfect. I do not want to butcher your name. But I have seen your website before. I feel like we've even met. I just feel like I'm getting to know you, but I don't want to. Is it Annika? Is that right? Oh, and I'm thinking it's not Annika. I'm going with Annika. Ooh, I hope that's right. Love this intro. I love seeing your face. I love how cute you are. I love the negative space. Something I did think was, if you don't want welcome to compete with your logo, let's just make it a little bit smaller. You have plenty of space and it's going to still be impactful if it was a little bit smaller. Same with hey there. Okay, so love reading through this. I really did. I love this. This is one of those things I've been referencing to other people like, hey, can we have it change? Can we have it rotate? So you really went through, which was great. You went through like how your morning started, what your afternoons look like, what your evenings look like. And I think that's great. I think it could probably be condensed. I think it could be simplified so that there's a better chance of people reading the entire thing. And I also think that you're going to find that it's hard to take, like, what parts do I take out? Like, what do I not say? I think you could actually have more impact and say more with less words. I really think you do. You could. So let me give you an example of that. My favorite days, what am I saying? My favorite days begin with quiet mornings, coffee on the back porch, watching the sunrise, a half hour of reading my Bible. I think you could probably get rid of saying how long you're reading your Bible. I don't think anyone needs to know that. I think you saying you're doing quiet time, spending time with the Lord, like that's awesome. Sometimes I spend a few minutes journaling. There's just something about the morning rays streaming through the windows that warms my heart. I find joy in these quiet moments, doing the simplest of things. You could literally say, coffee on the back porch, watching the sunrise. I find joy in these quiet moments, doing the simplest things like spending quiet time or spending time with God. That takes out a whole like 2 sentences and it simplifies that paragraph. Do you see what I'm saying? I just want people to read this and I want people to get to know you and I want people to understand more about you. But if it's too much text, they may not get there. And I know I'm kind of preaching like the pot calling the kettle black because I have a lot on my about page too. But as someone who just read your about page for the first time, that was the first thing I thought. She could say all this without saying all of this. I love this section. I do. I was thinking maybe we could have some titles that kind of like give you a quick like overview. Like right here, it could be, I dream of gallery walls, ... or neutral colors are my thing, ... or, you forget the ... That's probably not good, but you can make some sub headlines almost that it'd be easy to know what you're talking about. Love this. Love seeing your family. Love reading about your favorite things. That is perfect. And you can click and there's more. And you shared your Enneagram. Oh, this is the best. Everyone take note. Maybe copy this. Sorry, Annika. I just think it's great. I love getting to know you. So that was wonderful. Is that the last one? No, we have one more. Stacy, I loved your site. I love these beautiful images of your family. You know what my recommendation is going to be. I think you should start with a picture of just you and it should be big. And then as you scroll down, as you're sharing all this content, then you should have images that kind of pair next to all this content. But start with a big picture of you so I can see you by yourself and then introduce your boys. Okay. And last but not least, that's beautiful. About me, I actually have not clicked this yet. So you're getting my first opinion. Love it. Looking at the camera, laughing, smiling, no camera in the hand. I love this. Hey guys, I'm Nikki and I'll be your wedding photographer today. This is great. Well, maybe not today, but hopefully soon. Nikki, I love you already. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm married to Nick. We've been together for 10 years, married for 6. We have a son, Nash. I love that name. We have a dog, Brady. There he is. There he is. Way to go, girl. I love it. The only thing I'd recommend is I think there's probably a way to do a little bit of style adjustment here, just from a design perspective. I think this should be flush against the side of your site over here. And then that creates more space for this to be kind of readjusted and have a little bit more white space to the left of it. I'm trying to think of how to show you this. And then these could be adjusted to a more like easy to see all at once, like collage. All right. So this is my designer's website. You can buy templates from her that are literally absolutely amazing. This is my favorite one. Gosh, let's just demo it because I love it so much. This is Margarita. Gosh, I love everything about it. But what I was just saying, look at this. It's just beautiful. And so clean and like so just easy to customize. Anyway, I have a code actually. You can get 15% off. I'll link it below so you have access to that. But see how this has negative space? It's like the title, the text, but all this white negative space. That's what I'm trying to show you that's what I'm trying to say here. Like, let's pull this over and create more negative space to the side, kind of thinking about this negative space. It just makes it look more high end.
So I hope that was impactful. If you struggle with different pages on your website, maybe it's not the about page. Maybe you are that rare unicorn out there that you just have it figured out and you got your about page down pat. That's awesome. Share with me what you do struggle with. I would love to break down other parts of websites in another video in the future. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you are so you don't miss anything in the future. And I will see you next Thursday. Bye. Bye.